Welcome back, students. Let us begin with the second animal fiber, that is silk. There are many varieties of silk like tussar silk, muga silk, kosa silk, and many more. And all these silk are different in texture. That means some may be very smooth, some may be very lustrous, some may be very elastic. And these varieties of silk is obtained from the cocoons of the silk moth. And for this, the farmers, they rear the silkworm. The rearing of silkworm to obtain silk is called as sericulture. Now, what is rearing? The rearing of silkworm means the silkworm farmers, they take care of the silkworm. Just like we have pets at our home, isn't it? Then there are people who have hens and chickens at their home for the purpose of getting the eggs. Some of them, they rear the sheep so that they can get wool. So in the same way, rearing means taking care. So here also the silkworm farmers, they keep the silkworms, they take care of the silkworms, they feed them, they breed them so that they can get silk from them. So rearing means to take care. Clear? Now we will see what are the different steps in rearing of the silkworms. Now, the female silk moth, it lays hundreds of eggs at a time. Okay, there is the female silk moth. It almost looks like a butterfly. Okay, so the silk moth, it lays almost hundreds of eggs at a time. Now what happens when these eggs get suitable temperature, the larva hatches out from them. Okay, the larva is almost like this. Okay, it is like this, and the larva hatches out from the eggs, and these larvae are called as silkworms or caterpillar. Clear? Now after this, what happens? The caterpillars, they are kept in the bamboo trees with mulberry leaves. Now what happens? See, the farmers, they keep the trays like this, and in this they are made up of bamboo, and on them they place the mulberry leaves. Now the silkworms are very fond of mulberry leaves. And what do? These silkworms, they continuously keep on eating day and night. And then after 25 to 30 days, or you can say almost 3 to 4 weeks, they stop eating and they start spinning the cocoon around itself. Now, how does it spins the cocoon around itself? It makes the cocoon around itself. It moves its head. It sways its head. Sways its head means in zigzag like this. And it sways its head in the form of the figure 8. And while it is swaying its head like this, what happens? It from its mouth, it secretes a sticky substance which is made up of proteins. It starts secreting a fiber kind of thing which is made up of protein, and when it is exposed to air, it becomes very hard. And then what happens? And slowly when this 8 position, it turns, when it starts spinning, it makes a cocoon around itself. And this cocoon is made up of, this is the cocoon, and this cocoon is made up of protein. Now you can see that the caterpillar has completely covered itself by the silk fiber, and at this stage it is called as the pupa. Okay, at this stage it is called as the pupa. That means when it is complete, when it has completely covered itself with the cocoon, at this stage it is called as the pupa. Now what happens? once the cocoons are ready, now many cocoons are ready like this. Okay, there are so many cocoons, and inside all these cocoons, what are there? There is the caterpillar, or you can say the pupa. The pupa is there inside these cocoons. Now, what do? The farmers, they take these cocoons and then they expose it to steam. Either they expose it to steam or they boil it. They take the cocoons and they put it in the boiling water. So now when they put it in the boiling water, the pupa which is inside the cocoon, it gets killed. And the cocoon, as I told you earlier, that it is made up of a fiber, the cocoon, and when it is exposed to air, it becomes very, very hard. So once you put it in boiling water, the cocoons, what happens? The silk fibers start separating out. Okay, then these farmers, they take out the threads from the cocoon. They separate the thread from the cocoon, and this is called as reeling the silk. Okay, reeling the silk means taking out the thread from the cocoon. And then once take the thread from the cocoon, then you know the procedure. After that, what do? Then they take it to the spinning machines. On the charkha, they make the silk threads. And once the silk threads are prepared, then they are woven to make the silk fabric. So this is how you get silk fabric from the silk moth. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Now we will have a quick recap of what we studied. Okay, now I hope you all remember what I told you. First of all, the adult moth. Adult moth means that is usually it is the female silk moth. Okay, it is the female silk moth which will lay tiny eggs, or you can say hundreds of eggs are laid. Okay, and when these hundreds of eggs are laid, then what happens? If you remember, I told you that these caterpillars, they start feeding on the mulberry leaves. Okay, they start feeding on the mulberry leaves. And how long do they feed on the mulberry leaves? They feed on the mulberry leaves for almost 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, and they eat it ferociously. That means day and night they keep on eating for 3 to 4 weeks. And after that, after 3 to 4 weeks, it completely stops eating. Then it does not eat anything. And then what does it do? It starts spinning a cocoon around itself. You can see there is a cocoon around itself. It starts spinning the cocoon inside itself, and at this stage, it is changed into a pupa inside. So this is now the pupa. Okay, this is the pupa inside. And then if the farmers, if they do not take the cocoon, then it will automatically hatch out from the egg and it will again turn into a silk moth. Otherwise, what do? The farmers, they take this cocoon and then they, as I told you, they put it in the boiling water so that they can get the silk fiber from them. So I hope, children, that this chapter is clear to all of you. Please go through the chapter once again, and if you have any doubt, you can contact me on my personal number. Thank you.